Mr. Hicks would like to say a few words about graduation.
Good morning, Grade 5, or to some of you, good afternoon. But for everybody, welcome. So you've made it to the end of your primary journey. And who could ever have imagined, when we were here back in September, that this is how you'd be graduating? With me standing here addressing an empty auditorium, and you joining me online for this virtual celebration. And it is a celebration, because what this time has shown us is how resilient and how capable you can be. Indeed, you are. Whatever has been placed in front of you, you've managed to overcome. And not only overcome, in many cases, you've triumphed. Your PYP exhibition, conducted online, was a wonderful showcase of collaboration and presentation done through a challenging and virtual environment. And you're part of the authorization for our school. You're the leaders, the student leaders of PYP, and your support in that journey and in the culmination of that journey is invaluable. But let's remember a time before COVID, because there was a time before COVID. And don't let COVID define you. Let's reflect back on earlier times, our athletic success, how well you did against the intervention schools, but also how well you achieved against all schools in Dubai. And who can forget the debating success? Last year, we won this competition, but this year we have the challenge to defend it, which is tougher. But as the host school, you shone, we shone, as we took home the crown once again. And there's much, much more I could celebrate about you and about our school. But unfortunately, we don't have the time this morning. But I'd like to close with some thank yous and some thoughts. Some say finishing grade 5 is like a journey on the high seas. It's turbulent, it's tough at times, but your captains have steered you through the choppy waters. Your specialist teachers, but in particular, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Peter, Mr. Brian, and of course, Miss Sonali. So sitting at home, a brief moment to thank and give a round of applause for your teachers, please. And parents, a thank you to you, not only in this time of online learning, but for everything you've given and everything you've sacrificed for your children and for us, to help us to get to this point in time and this place, where your sons and daughters are ready to embark on their journey into secondary education, into the MYP. So thank you to parents. But finally, unreservedly, my biggest thank you is to you, our grade 5 students, our graduating PYP class of 2020. Well done. Congratulations on all your achievements, and I wish you well for the future. Thank you.
Teachers, parents, and our wonderful team of grade 5 students. Our distance learning journey together has had its challenges, but being the amazing team of teachers, mentors, and students that we are, we have come out tops. Today we gather to celebrate the end of our PYP journey and embark on a new journey into MYP and secondary. I would like to welcome Ms. Candice to share a few words of wisdom and advice for us.
Good morning, grade 5s. Yes, I know I am wearing a mask. I had so hoped, fingers crossed, that we would all be able to be here in this auditorium wearing masks social distancing, but just so that we could be all together. But sadly, that is not what our graduation will be looking like for today. But the exciting part is you are still graduating out of the PYP program. Congratulations. Now, today you are sitting there behind a screen with a very proud mom and dad, aunts and uncles, grandparents maybe across the world. Who would have thought that our PYP graduation ceremony would be streamed live around the world? I know we have some students in South Africa, Australia, and many other parts of the world, and family members watching this. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe this whole COVID situation has brought out something positive. So many more people can be part of this graduation. But before I carry on rambling on, and before I hand over to your awesome teachers, I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for an awesome year. You are our second graduation class here at DIAL Barsha, but the first one. Under these circumstances, you are the COVID graduates of 2020. What an awesome job. So yes, I wondered what words of wisdom I could possibly share with you that will not be shared during the rest of the day. I know that I am missing you loads and your teachers are missing you loads. And I think one of the things that I miss about you the most is just that enthusiasm, that vibe, that energy from being busking sharks in the mornings, in the passages, to our shark guides, to our awesome athletes out on the field, to our debaters. So many things you have done in your very short time here at DIAL Barsha. Gosh, even though we are just me in this assembly in the auditorium, it's actually still quite hot. But yes, so I thought, what could I possibly share as a message? And I brought this. This is the graduation gown that you would have been wearing seated here on stage as you hear all the various speeches. And I wanted to say to you, I know you're not able to be in this now, and I wish you had, but what does it really represent? The blue for PYP represents this gown, all the knowledge that you have gained. By putting this on, we are hoping we have given you the knowledge, the understanding, the ability to work well within groups. And then to round it off, you have your graduation cap. What does this symbolize? And I thought if I really had to think about it, I would say that it symbolizes the fact that you are an IB student. It's the cherry on top. The cherry on top of being an IB student. Being a good communicator, a risk taker, being well balanced, principled, thinkers, inquirers, and being knowledgeable. All of these words is what I see when I see you. So, grade fives, to keep it short and sweet, you know you will be missed. You know for sure you will be a grade group that will always be remembered. You are the pioneers of our distance learning program, the pioneers of being the class that has gone through with us as we do our final PYP authorization to be an official IB school here in the Middle East. In fact, the 50th IB World School here in the Middle East. We will always remember the classes of 5A, 5B, 5C, and 5D. So without further ado, I wish you good luck on your journey as you move on to NYP or wherever it else may be that you go in the world. And I'm sure you will keep in touch. Maybe even send us a message on Toddle now and then if your accounts are still active. So I now hand over to the next presenter for this grade 5 graduation for the class of 2019-2020.
Good morning or good afternoon, students, parents, staff, friends. Before passing the microphone to our proud, considerably able and delightful Grade 5 elected speaker for our class of 2020, who will share in much finer detail than me all the events of such a wonderful year together, I'd like to share a few words of reflection. Yes, I'm going to be reflective. An IB profile in the first sentence. I got good, eh? And there's more. Let me say though, Unlike me in the 1980s, when I bundled my way through the never-ending educational journey, this, I'm sure, will be the first of a few graduations you'll experience. You, unlike me, will graduate again, and again, and maybe even again. So what is graduation really a celebration of? I graduated when I very successfully completed university, not before. Why then has graduation grown into such a celebrated day? This is why I feel graduation is worth celebrating. My adorable class of wide-eyed, inquisitive, committed, confident, nervous, cooperative, uncooperative, curious, empathetic, sympathetic, remember the difference. Independent, needy, respectful, tolerating. Oh no, the tolerating is what I learned to be. Appreciative, caring, open-minded, risk-takers. My adorable class of 2020, this is why graduation is worth celebrating. Ali's hats, Salma's questions, Yusuf's speed, Alia's TikTok, Ranbir's stuppets, Srahari so considerate, Darren's smile, Luna's positivity, Emilia's Americanisms, Arjun's fun, Thanos's jelly tots, Elsa's very, 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 very detailed answers, Aditi's cuddle, Troy and his dogs, Dev's boundless energy, Nellie, well she ran away, Ilan's chatter, Nichols' unquenchable thirst, Rushhill's reliability, Augusta's cool, calm and collected, Chloe so conscientious, and Noura's cucumbers, but her kind words too. This is all why graduation is worth celebrating. Some consider grades, achievements, goals reached, medals, awards, certificates, and yes, all these are all worthy of mention and very good reason to celebrate graduation. But to conclude my reflection before passing to someone much more interesting, my feeling is that graduation is worth celebrating because of what you are and the relationships we've made, the experience we gave each other, all of us, and the action we took together. In the PYP, it is believed that education must extend beyond the intellectual. You include not only socially responsible attitudes, but also thoughtful action. The action you took, the relationships you made, is what makes graduation a truly special day, and one each of you deserves to celebrate with a special treat from me. You got it. For the first time this year, golden time. Enjoy. And now I'll pass to our wonderful speaker of Grade 5A.
Ladies and gentlemen, parents, relatives, friends, classmates, and Muppets, welcome to the Grade 5 graduation. My name is Arjun Jani on behalf of the most amazing class. No disrespect 5B, C, and D, but we are 5A for a reason. I will share snippets of the most memorable experiences, taking you on our Grade 5 journey. And where else to start but at the beginning, so day 1. The sizable sign that read DIA loomed over our heads. We tiptoed through the gleaming glass doors. We had officially begun Grade 5. We meandered through the long corridors. They seemed to never end, until we finally came to the gateway called 5A. Hearts racing, we entered. To the relief of some, familiar faces scattered the beautifully decorated room. But for the other risk-takers, we quickly found friends amongst the strangers we were to call classmates. Our teacher was very welcoming and told us to sit anywhere. Wow, anywhere? All our eyes darted towards the beanbag, but wanting to make a good first impression, we all sat on the seats. Also a little worried to see his reaction if we sat on the beanbag. I mean, this is school after all. Mr. Bryan was his name. He looked like a stern man, ready to pounce on anyone who showed a sign of doing any funny business. However, as the class began, we quickly realized he was great fun. We all breathed a sigh of relief and hoped this was how all our classes would be for the rest of the year. And they mostly were. Our first 3 days at school was called Hopes and Dreams, where we were introduced to the IB concepts for grade 5. The next thing for all of us was the grade 5 camp. The camp was amazing. We did countless activities. The most breathtaking one was called the Leap of Faith. We had to climb up a 45 feet tower with cold metal bars. And then we jumped off a little platform at the top. Extreme. After day broke to give way for night, we all sat around a campfire, sang songs, and ate roasted marshmallows. They were happy, happy memories, and my personal favorite experience of grade 5. Moving on to one of the scariest, but also the most fun experiences of grade 5, the Bodyology Fair. As part of our unit of inquiry, we were split into groups and were to research, prepare, and present on a system from the human body. 5 weeks we toiled until we were finally ready to present our topics. And as if the excitement and confusion of setting up our displays wasn't enough, we had a fire drill. In fact, after this sudden, unplanned episode, all of us were actually a bit more relaxed about the fair, and it went off pretty well. And then came the grade 5A assembly. In line with the IB concepts, our assembly theme was built around scientific inquiry. We all came together as a class to put up a skit. We wrote our scripts, designed costumes, gathered our props, and memorized our lines. I'm sure some of us remember the crazy scientists with their wigs, while some may recall the volcano eruption on stage. But one thing's for sure, we all remember Mr. Bryan falling asleep on the couch while we rehearsed. There is evidence. It's in our school name. We're international in every way, and we celebrate it on a grand scale. And this year was no less. On International Day, we got to meet friends and families of our classmates and eat delicious homemade goodies from various countries. There was music and games and stalls with goodies. We even got passports to travel around the world and collect sticker stamps. And just like that, with no warning, it was our last day of school. Correction, last day in school. Last day we all sat around in our amazing classroom. Last day we got to hang out in the play area, to share food in the cafeteria. But it was also World Book Day, and we all remember each other dressed up as our favorite book characters. And Mr. Bryan was Neil Armstrong in a NASA spacesuit. So that's our last physical memory of PYP. This year's Sports Day had a unique twist. We were apart, our internet connections were weak, but our enthusiasm was strong. We couldn't be beat. We pushed ourselves while we social distanced, and we won points for our team. But the whole point of this day was to show people things they'd never seen. We showed them our bond and resilience. We showed them encouragement and motivation. And most important, we showed them that we are in this all together. And finally, the most important event, the one we'd been working towards all year, the PYP exhibition. 8 weeks of inquiry and cooperation and communication and action and collaboration. I could go on and on. It was an amazing experience, the first ever virtual PYP exhibition, and we rocked it. Although we were really nervous at the start, by the end of it, we were all rather proud of ourselves, and we all know Mr. Bryan was too. And now we're already into the transition phase of PYP. From being the big fish in the small pond, we're now going to be the little fish in the big sea. I can say on behalf of 5A that while we're excited about MYP, we're going to miss everything about PYP and grade 5. especially the best, the funniest, the coolest teacher ever. We love you, Mr. Brian.
It is time to celebrate Aditi, a beautiful mind, incredible person, intelligent. I think you'll create the next Pepper Pig, but you will be a huge success. Congratulations. Ali, so much life, zest for life, enthusiasm, energy. I think you'll be a professional gamer, possibly, or YouTube phenomenon. Alia, I wonder if a dancer is the next life for you. Somewhere in your life you're going to entertain, you're going to motivate and excite people. You have such a wonderful zest for life. Arjun, a public speaker has to be your role now. After your grade 5A graduation speech, which was phenomenal, absolutely fantastic, I think it would be wasted if you weren't motivating and enthusing people through your speeches. Congratulations all on your graduation. Thanos, so much fun, so much happiness. As soon as you bound in the room, the place lights up. I think you might be a space explorer. I think your mind can go there anytime. Augustus, I just think you're so calm, cool and collected that a scientist is the life for you. Congratulations. Chloe should be a graceful ballerina, but maybe an amazing businesswoman. You have this quiet confidence. Congratulations. Deb, inspiring. Just so captivating in whatever you do. All the best. Ilsa, I think you have more answers than you have questions. I think you're destined to be Prime Minister, rule a country, if not the world. All the very best. Congratulations, Ilsa. Keep being who you are. Keep asking questions and thinking about everything. Amelia, capable of dealing with any situation. I think you'll be big boss one day. Congratulations and good luck. Ellen, this cheeky chap, this cheeky smile we can see, I think will help you through life. You will charm your way through life. You will be successful in whatever you do. All the best and congratulations. Luna, so thoughtful. I hope that you involve yourself in caring for others. So many can benefit and learn from the compassion that you share for others. Congratulations. Darren, I hope that smile continues to light up the world and you continue to share and consider as you do. Just a beautiful soul. Nickel, I hope there's enough water in the world to quench your thirst. You're savvy, you're smart, you're quick in thought. You will apply your mind to whatever you like to. Congratulations. Noura, ever the diplomat. You have shown maturity beyond your years, maybe ambassador for peace one day. You can apply your mind to almost anything, and I shall not mention ever again the word cucumber. Rambier, puppeteer, stuppeteer, space explorer, IT expert. You have so much world to explore. Congratulations. Rushel, such an all-round fantastic person, fantastic guy. Enjoy, you're ready for everything. Sama, you will quietly change the world. Keep asking all those questions. Srihari, peacemaker, but driven to succeed. I think that you will be so successful. It's been a joy. Good luck. Troy, working with dogs and animals, it has to be, doesn't it really? But congratulations and good luck. And Yusuf, the next Usain Bolt or Sergio Aguero, I think is even better. Such a zest for life, so passionate and compassionate. Congratulations to you all. You've all made me very proud. It's been an absolute joy. Good luck, best wishes. I know you'll be a huge success.
Goodbyes are never easy, and here we are at the end of an eventful academic year. Thank you 5B students for the fantastic memories we've created during school and during distance learning. Each one of you is truly special and unique. I will fondly remember some of your endearing traits. You have set the bar really high for the next grade 5 class. You participated and presented in a virtual online exhibition, the first of its kind, never done before. You not only displayed your research and your meaningful action, but you also answered questions posed by audience members from around the world with equal aplomb. I'm so proud of you. You've shown true grit, determination, resilience. You've persevered through this challenge. You've not just persevered through this challenge, but in fact, you've taken this challenge and converted it into an opportunity, something we grown-ups can learn from. I have nothing but the greatest love for you. I will miss all of you dearly. I will miss all our chats, the anecdotes we shared, our lame joke sessions, so much fun we had during camp, our bodyology fair, just a few things that I can think of right now. So 5A students, continue doing what you do best. Be fearless risk takers. Be true inquirers. Continue looking for answers. Find solutions. Be resourceful. But most importantly, stay open-minded. The world needs more open-minded advocates like you. I know I will not be a teacher next year, and you know you will not be my students next year. Well, that's obvious. However, the fact is that we both know that we will always, always be friends. All the best, graduates, and congratulations. Please join me in welcoming the student speakers from 5B. These students were chosen through a democratic process of voting in our class. And guess what? It was a tie. So instead of having one speaker, we decided to combine their speeches together, and the other students from 5B have also contributed. So it's a concerted effort. How do I introduce these students? Both are voracious readers. They are extremely articulate. They are formidable debaters. They were both part of the winning debating team. And they are both super thrilled that they finally get to roast me. So put your hands together for Alia Haywood and Jaden Thomas.
First and foremost, thank you COVID-19. I know, roll with me, for invading only when camp got over. Because the 5B students can deal with online classes and even online exhibition. But an online camp is past even the powers of Miss Sonali. And thank you teachers for making this year totally awesome.
Jaden, we only just started and you forgot the introduction. I'll say it. Dear heads, parents, fellow grade 5 students, and especially the serial killers. Sorry, I meant the teachers. Welcome to our grade 5 virtual graduation. Who imagined we would be graduating online when we were wishing each other Happy New Year? Nobody, otherwise they would have told us in advance to stock up on masks and gloves. Today you will hear about the petting zoo, also known as 5B. Oops, I don't think I was supposed to say that. Anyways, let's start from the beginning. We walked into 5B, introduced ourselves, argued, of course we did, and found out that Miss and Ali takes selfies! Yay!
Right off the bat, we got onto our mapping unit. Oh, and by the way, what is the similarity between a map key and grade 5B? They both have legends.
We were introduced to math on the same day. That is when we discovered Miss Sonali's backup profession, a butcher. She fries us with math and wraps us in questions.
As for the summative assessment for Unit 1, we all created our own islands, though some of us made ours the size of Russia. I don't think we got the whole island memo. Then we strolled into our scientist unit, with the pre-assessment involving cake, hair, and Mr. Jonathan. Long story, don't even ask. We were the first class to win the Shark Rugby Ball, through which we got to play rugby and of course nearly kill ourselves during lame joke sessions with the rugby ball. After that, we went to camp, where we had fun pranking Mr. Brian, getting stuck in ladders, and singing about bananas. At night, we roasted marshmallows, while Miss Sonali roasted us. We also built character at camp, because there's nothing more character building than freezing to death while you sleep. After camp, we started the debate competition in which both Jaden and I were involved in, where we discovered that all the famous quotes about hard work are made for Miss Sonali. And because of Miss Sonali and Miss Rachel's hard training, I emphasize the word hard, we won and ensured the trophy stayed in DIL Basha. Do you know what grade 5B students are also known as? The Toddle Gurus. We had the opportunity to train the younger grades on how to effectively use Toddle in their classrooms. We took our designation very seriously, and some of us even came to school in a professional attire with briefcases to look the part. Then we moved on to our bodyology unit. We learned about bicycles and the human body, and we also dissected chicken hearts, and we got to taste the joy of Miss Sonali, even though she dissects her share parts with math. Then came the bodyology fair, where our jaws nearly fell off and stopped working because we were repeating ourselves like parrots for a good few hours. We had our class assembly, where we made audiences laugh and swoon. Then we took a trip into our timelines unit, where we learned about Facebook and Faith Sing, a book. Around this time, online learning started, but this still couldn't save us from Miss Sonali's lame jokes. Parents, would you like to know why your child had sleepless nights during the online learning? The tracker. Dun dun dun! This sheet keeps track of all the work we did and haven't done, and we give our sweat, blood, and even our opportunity to roast Miss Sonali to get straight wise. Then we hopped onto the most anticipated part of the year, exhibition. This was the part of the year where we worked the hardest and reaped the abundant fruit of that Miss Sonali's constant motivation and feedback kept us going. And then came the time that Miss Sonali fried our brains. That was yesterday. Now I would like to conclude. It has been a fantastic year and was made possible by the best of the best, Miss Sonali Gupta. So on behalf of 5B, we would like to say thank you for being the best and making us the best as well. We are so grateful for having Miss Sonali in our lives. Our fried chickpea patty brains are also thanking you for frying them. The journey hasn't stopped, only begun. Grade 5 is a mountain and we are the explorers. We set foot on Mount Grade 5 when we started the year. And here we are, standing proudly on top of the mountain or attending a Microsoft Teams live event, whichever you prefer, exclaiming, "We made it! Miss Sonali, you are the best. Thank you." Now we have 3 questions that the 5B students will answer. The first is, how do you describe your experience in 5B using one word?
My word is extravagant and
Colorful and creative.
Spectacular.
Unique. Fun and memorable.
My word is adventure.
Amazing and awesome.
The next question is, what advice would you give to next year's 5B class?
The advice I would give would be being happy, being positive, and being organized.
My advice would be aware of Miss Sonali's lame jokes and put in all your efforts so you can be prepared for next year in secondary.
Stay alert on Miss Sonali's roast coming on you.
I would advise you to accept the things the way they are.
The advice that I'd give you is not to always have high expectations, or else if they don't come true, you're just going to feel sad and bad because you had this high expectation and it didn't come true. Thank you.
Hi, my advice to the grade 4s is be ready to get your brains fried, be happy, and always focus so you can understand your topic.
And finally, what do you think is the most horrible lame joke that Miss Sonali has said?
Miss Sonali is famous for terrible jokes, but we still laugh at them so she could be happy and consider coming with us to secondary.
Watch out, grade 6! Here we come!
Katya Sermua is from Bulgaria. She's the founder of Club Jahakas, and you're looking at a future scientist.
Take a break.
Shriyam Mohapatra is from India, and if he could time travel, he would go into the future and drive flying cars.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Teya Tesbaz loves her dog Pooh. She wants to be a talk show host, and she's from Sweden.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Lara is from Canada. She enjoys playing with her little sister and wants to be a teacher when she grows up.
Give me all you got, don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine.
Aya Al-Jaban. She enjoys playing tennis, and when she grows up, she wants to be either an engineer or a designer, and she's from Scotland.
If you feel like a room without a roof.
Agnes Ionescu loves to run and swim. She's from Romania, and when she grows up, she wants to be an architect.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Kerali Sachdev is from India, and she's passionate about running. She's our very own Usain Bolt.
Bring me down, I said. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too.
Mustafa Amir is from Canada. He loves using words like contingency and grotesque, and he enjoys listening to contemporary rap.
If you feel like happiness is the truth, because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what.
Shlok Naik is from India. He's our deputy head boy and wants to be a CBI investigator. Jaden Thomas is from India. He won the Best Debater Award. He's part of the Learning Council for Grade 5, and he's also a football fanatic.
Happiness is the truth, because I'm happy. Clap along.
Yusuf is from Syria. He's part of the Happiness Committee, and he loves being a line leader.
That's what you want to do.
Alia Haywood is from England. She loves to play rugby and wants to become an author when she grows up. Richard is from Sweden. He too wants to become an author when he grows up. He loves to play video games, and in his free time he enjoys reading.
Happiness is the truth, because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Leen Al-Ahmad, she's from Palestine. She loves unicorns, and she wants to grow up and help animals, so she wants to become a veterinarian.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth, because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Mariam is from Egypt. She is a champion swimmer. She's the sports captain. She has not only represented primary but secondary school in many swimming championships. She loves chocolates.
Off from my home, We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone.
Hayley Bernard is the deputy head girl. She's from South Africa, loves to swim, and also enjoys DIYs.
I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop.
Rajdeep Nair is our head boy. He's represented our school in many robotics competitions, and he's from India. Yakeen Atta is from Egypt. She's an enterprising member of the Eco Committee and loves to create things. Rakesh Rajmohan is from India. He's our tech guru. He knows probably more about Apple products than Steve Jobs. Amir is from Italy. He loves playing video games and he also enjoys spending time with his friends and family. Sia Modi is from India. She joined DI Varsha this year in January from Shanghai. She loves to bake and to cook. Kassan is from Syria and he loves video games.
When it drops, ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to
Hello and welcome parents, DIL Barsha students, teachers and other guests. Virtually, literally, thank you. I was asked recently, do I still love teaching after all this time? And I thought about it and I honestly said it's been the best year of teaching I've ever had. Even during this time, I have really enjoyed the new experience of this school. And more than that, I've really enjoyed the experience I've had with my class. And that was an easy answer, it came very quickly. And why was it a great experience? It's from the friendships that I've made with staff and students, and the experiences with staff and students. And I experienced many emotions along the way this year. There was laughter. I hope none of you go to secondary as a goldfish. Students, you'll know what I'm talking about. There were tears. There were tears at camp when one girl said to me, I miss my mum. And I said to her, do you know you're lucky? You're lucky that you miss your mum, because it means you have a great family. Not everyone gets to feel like that. And that was great, not a great experience obviously, but it was nice to be able to comfort her and show her the way that she could think positively about her. There was anxiety. There's always anxiety, both for me, in your performances, in your learning, but also for you for the same reasons. And some of your responses during that time are quite funny. And I'll give you an example of one student. I don't know what to do. It's pretty common. There was worry. One boy who bumped his head at camp, had a massive lump, and we spent 2 hours going to the hospital. He was half falling asleep. I kept trying to keep him talking. He had the CAT scan of calling his mum. I was worried. After everything was all cleared, we went back. I was really tired. This time it was me falling asleep and him talking for 2 hours, and by the end I think I knew his whole life story and I wasn't worried anymore. Angry? Now angry is a funny one. You don't like to get angry as a teacher, but you do, and it's a bit like the tears. You only get angry because you care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't get angry. So that's another way of looking at different things. There was elation and relief, and there's no greater example of that than our exhibition that just finished. I don't know if it was relief or it was elation, or there was elation because we'd finished, but I experienced both of those things, and I'm sure you did as well. Now, we often hear in these types of speeches, You are leaders of the future. And I thought about this when I was writing it. Not everyone really becomes a leader. We can aspire to be. But what I have taught you and what our school has taught you is, and I'm confident, very confident of this, is you become great citizens, great community people with great values and aspirations, no matter what field that may be. And that makes me proud. Finally, I'd like to thank all of those people that in our school and our community, it's a long list. There's some assistants, bus drivers, all our special education teachers. There's a long list that I've written more written down here, but it will take a long time. It's receptionists, it's the canteen people. A community is more than just the teachers. And the parents as well. They're also a massive part of our community. And especially during this period, we have come together. And I've got to know lots of you much more than what I normally would. And I appreciate that. Finally, I'd like to thank Ms. Candice for the opportunity to work at this school. And as I said, it's been the best year of my teaching career. And I'm not young, so it's been a while. And finally, my class. You are the best. And I was thinking, how can I tell you, or how can I get across to you that I really do feel this way? Well, my daughter just joined this school. And if any of you want to be her friend, I'm more than happy, because I know the values and the type of people you are, and the parents that you have. Everyone except, I'm only joking. So good luck, and you better come and visit me next year. Now to finish, I'm going to have a go at this, because we're risk takers. I had a dream. You can take away my building. You can take away my classroom. You can take away the children from that classroom. But you cannot take away my class, because a class is not the building or the bricks and mortar that they're in. It's the experiences and the friendships that you build. And we will go forward, and we will meet again, and we'll be back here again. So thank you. There's my risk, and hope you have a good summer, and see you again next year. Thank you.
Students, teachers, and distinguished guests to this year's graduation. Today we celebrate one more amazing year finished at DI Alberta, but the first one ever online and hopefully the last. This year was filled with wonderful experiences, a lot of opportunities, and great learning. Now let's go all the way back to the first year of this brilliant school year. This year at DI Alberta, we welcomed many new students, teachers, and staff to our school. This made us even bigger and better. We have had many amazing experiences along the way, but definitely one of the most memorable was our Grade 5 camp. All the Grade 5 classes traveled to the desert for 2 whole nights. This allowed us to know each other much more while having fun at the same time. This speech is all about giving thanks and recapping the fantastic year. So, thank you, Mr. Jonathan, and my several other astounding teachers for putting so much hard work into our lessons. Thank you all my classmates and Grade 5 students for making this year that much better. Thank you, Ms. Candice and Mr. Hicks, for giving us so many opportunities and the resources to learn. Thank you, the staff at DI Alberta, for making us safe, clean, and healthy. And finally, thank you, parents, for giving your children the opportunity to learn at this outstanding school. Unfortunately, towards the end of the school year, more specifically on December 31st, a strain of the coronavirus was formed. It started as just a little article in the newspaper, but a few weeks later, everybody knew about it. Before we knew it, all of us were in quarantine, and we had to watch Mr. Jonathan on our iPads giving us our task for the day on Microsoft Teams. Our IT skills exploded during this time. Moving towards the end of the year, one key part of Grade 5, and the part I was definitely most excited for, was the Grade 5 PYP exhibition. It was a challenge doing this exhibition online, although we fortunately got through it with a few mishaps on the way. We learned that even making the smallest difference can go a long way. Education is the key to unlocking the world. A passport to freedom. Oprah Winfrey. In conclusion, I, and hopefully my other classmates, have had a fantastic year with lots of ups and downs and amazing experiences and opportunities. Sadly, this year is coming to an end, but we are ready for secondary, prepared for anything that comes at us. Hopefully next year will be as extraordinary as this one, but hopefully not in the same sense that this year was extraordinary, if you get what I mean. Thank you.
I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready.
Aryan Dara. He'd like to join the UAE military one day as a risk taker and one day go to the US. Adam Akel. His hair never changes, he's principled, and he always gets it done. Amani Khan. She'd like to be a zoologist or a vet, anything to do with animals. Arnav Chandanani. He would like to be a doctor, he's principled, and he never stops working. Eon Burberry. Eon is quiet, he's shy, but he is very, very bright. Fatima Mustafa Moise. What do you say? She knows when to be serious, and she loves someone called Billy something. Hania Akbar. She's caring, and her social awareness for her age, unbelievable. Hashim Al-Nabusi. He wants to do something with cars, but I'm pretty sure he might be doing something with acting. Haura Ezi. She's principled, and not sure what to do yet, but she works incredibly hard. Iman Badawi. Iman's from the UAE. She's really matured over the last 6 months. Khadija Al-Faresh, the happy, smiley Egyptian. I'd agree with that. Malek Abbas. She wants to work in a restaurant. She's very principled. Oman Ibrahim. He's a risk taker, an inquirer. He loves to read in a group. Muhammad Jawa. Open-minded, he'd like to be an architect one day. He can seriously draw. Ori Moronkeji wants to be a scientist. Now he has the best manners ever. Ryan Al-Gareb. Ryan is what I call Mr. Confident. He has a smile that makes everybody else smile. Rishi Rathish. Rishi's from India. He would like to be a doctor. I want him to be Virat. Sanad Balbesi. Sanad is a great thinker. He loves cooking and loves a speech. Theo Plurboy, the boy from Belgium. He's a caring thinker, loves running, and also loves a good book. Yaya Sastry. Now he's my mediator. If there's trouble, you send him in. And finally, Zara Turner. She'd like to be a vet. She has the best English accent in the class. And as you can see, loves a good book. Now it's time to celebrate.
Good morning, students of 5D. I know we have parents, family members, and all of the DIA Al Barsha family watching on screens in Dubai and around the world, joining in this happy occasion. But I will address you, the students, directly, as it is your special day, and I don't think any of our parents will mind. I do say happy occasion, even though I know many of you have been bored, frustrated, and upset at missing out on our normal routine and on missing a normal graduation. Who would have thought that we would miss the simple things so much? I think you would agree that the past 14 weeks have given us a real appreciation for those everyday things we took for granted before now. I mean, who amongst us would not love to hear the sound of the national anthem play as we get ready for another school day? When you think of that sound at the start of our morning classes, where are you? Are you already in the classroom ready to learn, or are you one of those students rushing down the corridor just 2 minutes late? I would love to be back there. All these simple pleasures, they formed part of our primary school experience. These are our memories. The excitement of meeting old friends back in September when you got to meet your grade 4 friends, and the excitement of meeting new friends. The joy of walking to the lunch hall with these friends, and moving to classes, to the library, and to see our specialist teachers. I know many of you miss playing games at break time, and some of you will miss doing your best to annoy me when I'm on duty. I know you'll miss playing football. I won't miss the sound of the ball hitting my window, but I know you'll miss those times. Even though our last term has been an interruption to normal practice, those memories are still there, they still exist. They were part of your primary school experience. I know you can remember the pride of wearing your school colours, when you represented our school in sports, debate, and even when you went on trips and visits like camp. I won't miss trying to get you to sleep at camp as being one of the most challenging things I've had to do as a teacher. Our last experience of PYP exhibition showcased not just our capabilities in the IB learner profile, but also your adaptability, your resilience, and your IT skills being better than your teachers. That is an experience of primary school that I won't forget. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for the class you have been for me this year. I know that I said it after just a few weeks having met you, and I want to say it again. I have never taught a group of students as good as this. I can't believe you're leaving. Are we sure? Do they have to go? Miss Candace? Is there anything we can do? As much as I would love to hold on to you, in truth, that is not really what I want. Just like your parents, I want to see you fly. I can't keep you here. We can't keep you in grade 5, reading The Breadwinner, doing long division. We want to see you take on more difficult challenges, solve trickier problems, show even more of the qualities that we have seen throughout the year. As you move on to secondary school, we are all excited to see the people you will become. You have all set a wonderful example as the oldest students in our primary school, and in September, you will be the youngest students in secondary. It will be a big change for you, but we know that you have the qualities that you need to succeed. As I pass you on to our 5D representative, I wish you all the very best. Remember that words and ideas can change the world. As a class, you guys have no shortage of words. Sometimes you have too many words. And I know that you're always full of the most incredible ideas. We are all looking forward to seeing how you will change the world. Good luck.
Our most esteemed administrators and teachers, dear parents, beloved friends, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome from all of us to you. It is a great privilege for me to be standing here in front of you to express the happiness that we feel today. I believe that time goes fast and our journey has been full of unforgettable memories that will stay with us forever. From learning about fractions to dissecting chicken hearts, we have made a community called 5D. Today, in front of all the people who gave us support, we are here to thank them and show how important they are to us. They are the ones who gave us help and orientation through many years. We would like to thank the people starting from the school, to our teachers, our parents, and of course, our WEL. We are all here today to share our graduation this year. We have been waiting to celebrate this moment with you all around us. Most importantly, our parents. They have shown us love and care through our journey in primary school. They were always making sure we have a great day and bright future. We hope that they will be with us throughout our lives. No matter what, they are always there for us. This year, we had a spectacular teacher, Mr. Peter. He is the best teacher you could probably have. He is really kind, funny, and helpful. Because of Mr. Peter, we have passed primary school and are going to have an awesome time at secondary school. Now that we have passed all the challenges of primary school,
it's time for us to move to another chapter in our lives. It's called secondary school. The lesson we have learned in our classes will help us get through the next stage. Now I'll pass it on to Diana.
But to achieve our future goals and make our dreams come true, we have to work hard and believe in ourselves and our strengths to prove to ourselves and this world that we can do whatever we can going forward no matter what. Secondary school can be a small step and a big step for some people, but we can all agree that it is one important step. Changes will occur and more challenges too, but isn't our life for conquering challenges? Today, on behalf of my classmates and friends, I would like to thank every person who made us arrive to this level in our lives. Thank you to everyone who has helped us learn. Thank you to our parents who have shown support and love through these years and are ready to see us improve and getting into good situations in our future. Once again, I'm not only talking about myself, I'm talking about all our class, and that's just what I think. So even though our time in primary school is over, we might have one small reason to go back to primary school. We didn't get our proper end of year party due to this pandemic situation. So I think Mr. Peter should allow us to visit for a real party next year when we come back to school. To everybody in our school, starting from our security people to helpers, administrators, and teachers. We are today because of your help and your support. Unfortunately, it is time to move on and go to secondary. Online school was not the best way to end it. I would have much preferred to being on stage to express my gratitude towards this audience. But here I am, talking to the screen in my house, ending the best school year I've ever had. Congratulations to all of us today. We all earned it, and we should all give us a huge round of applause.
And now on to 5D. A massive congratulations and well done to an awesome bunch of students. First up is Jonathan Rains. Jonathan is from Belgium and he was new to DIA this year. He loves football and his favourite player is Eden Hazard. Jonathan is a great singer and we heard him sing Maroon 5 on the stage. I'm sure we're going to hear him again in secondary school. Next up is Ryan Belhaj from Morocco. Ryan loves playing football in school and loves doing kickboxing at home. He is a great student and has made huge progress, especially in his writing. Probably why he was selected to give our 5D speech. Next up, from India, we have Charvatha Talatam. I hope I got the pronunciation of her name right. If I got it wrong, Charvatha will give out to me. Charvatha is a super student. She's really intelligent and sets a great example for her little sister, Sanvitha. She puts a huge amount of effort into her presentation of her work, and I know she's going to do great things in secondary school. From Japan and Australia, we have Ayaka Asher. Ayaka joined us for the last term and worked so well in PYP exhibition. She'll be stepping foot in our school for the first time next term, and I know she's going to make lots of friends. Next is Polly Wade from the USA. Polly's an awesome student and is so hardworking, especially in math, but it's been fantastic to see the progress she's made in writing this year. Polly is an awesome athlete and has represented DIA on the swim squad. She's kind and welcoming, and I know she's going to do great in grade 6. Next up is Julie Veenstra from Netherlands. Julie joined us from Sri Lanka this year, and she has made lots of friends. Julie has amazing handwriting, and I'm sure her secondary teachers are looking forward to seeing it. Another awesome student from the Netherlands is Luke Douws-Dekker. Luke has made so much progress this year and has worked really hard. He enjoys school. Sometimes I wonder, does Luke enjoy football and sport even more? Next up from India, we have Rida Siddiqui. Rida joined us during the school year. Rida is quiet, but if you get talking to her, she has lots to say, especially about her little brother Amar. She's super smart, and I know she's going to be really successful in secondary school. Next up is Samir Khan from Pakistan. Sam had the honour of being the first student I have ever allowed to sit in my chair for an entire lesson. He's a polite, kind boy who's really popular with his peers. I know he's looking forward to joining his siblings in secondary school. Another person joining their siblings in secondary school is Vasco Mendes from Portugal. Vasco joined us during the year and he has improved so much, especially in his English. He's a skillful footballer and I know that he's going to do great things in secondary school. From South Africa we have Liam Domus, a boy who has grown so much this year and has really come out of himself, as he showed on his PYP exhibition day. His hair is also grown, and just look at what? Liam! Next, we've got Arhan Rawat from India. Arhan is a super knowledgeable student who could probably survive if we were to put him into a grade 7 or grade 8 class in September. Arhan loves football and he has a great sense of humour. I know he's disappointed to be in online learning because he never got to nutmeg his teacher. From Namibia, we have Jaden Theron, who is the first person I've met from Namibia. And I have to say, if I ever meet anybody else, I hope they're just as good as this boy. He's got an incredible imagination and he loves to solve problems. But most importantly, Jaden is a really kind, nice boy. Aha! Next up we have our head girl who always loves to laugh. From Egypt, we've got Noor? No, it's Janat El Gogail. She's a really hard-working student who has done so well this year at trying to improve across all areas. Sriram Chitayal is next. He's from India, and in January this year, Sriram went from being a really good student to being an incredible student. He puts in such a great effort into his work, but he also puts in a big effort into swimming. He's a fabulous person, and I know he's going to do great things in secondary school. Next up is our only student from Bulgaria, Diana Velizarova. Diana is one of the finest students I've ever had in my class. I wish I had 20 more like her. I know her classmates agree. She was selected to give our 5D graduation speech. Diana's obsessed with dogs, especially her own dog Cleo. Next up, we've got Julia Bader from Syria. Julia is exactly the kind of student that a teacher wants in their class. Someone who works hard, is kind and is honest, and always tries to improve. One other thing you might know about Julia, she's incredibly fit and agile. I've seen her do some workouts on Toddle Classroom. She's incredible. Next up, from India, Ritvik Agarwal. Ritvik has got an amazing vocabulary. He's a great reader, but an even better writer. Ritvik is helpful and kind, and I know that he will go on to do amazing things in secondary school. Also from India, we have Mark Matthews. Mark is a boy who is so full of energy, both physical energy and mental energy. He loves to complete tasks and really enjoys getting things right. Mark is incredibly careful and has great handwriting. He has done a really good job in online learning. I don't know this kid. Does anybody recognize him? I'm just kidding. I've enjoyed many jokes with Ali Mazri this year, and I'm really going to miss his sense of humour as he goes on into secondary school. He's been a fabulous student, and he's been a really great personality to have in our classroom. Next up, from India, we've got Arush Agrawal. Arush is a top class student. He loves questioning. He's always asking questions because he wants to lead his own inquiry. He really embraces challenge and he has done super well in our online learning. Also, Arush is a really good Gaelic football player. Next up, from Sudan and USA, is a really hard-working, bright, intelligent student named Hella Musa. Hella always asks questions to clarify her understanding and never leaves a lesson until she knows what's going on. She's a TikTok lover who has even taught me a dance. I know she's looking forward to joining her siblings in secondary school. And finally, a boy from India who reads possibly more than any person I've ever met. Neil Thacker. Neil's a wonderful boy who's comfortable talking about the merits of Christopher Paoloni as a writer, about fantasy beasts, about Son Papdi, and even about Gaelic football. Neil has been a joy to teach, like many of these students in 5D, and it's a lucky English teacher that will have him and all of these students next year.
Thank you everyone for those lovely words that you have shared with us here today. Last but not least, thank you to the teachers who have guided you, who have supported you, not just your homeroom teachers, but the specialist teachers too. Thank you for guiding our Sharks through this very unprecedented times that we are experiencing. And we know that with your guidance and your support, you have prepared them for their next journey. Thank you, teachers, and to our parents, thank you. I cannot express that enough, and I know it's just 2 words. But if you could measure that in feeling, it would go off the Richter scale, as they would say. Your support during this, and I know it's been frustrating at times, and I know it's been challenging and overwhelming, but you've come through it. You have been resilient, and by doing so, you have made our little Sharks, our big Sharks, you have made them resilient to taking on challenges, facing it, and not only have our kids survived this, they've thrived through this. And I think if anything, that's going to be our motto for this year. We didn't just survive, we thrived. Thank you.
Congratulations on your graduation today. What an amazing milestone for you all. We wish you all the very best as you move into grade 6 next year, and we know that you have got so much to be proud of this year. Congratulations and well done, and all the very best for the future.
Okay. Grade 5, the best class ever. We like you very much, grade 5. We will miss you really.
تهانينا صف خامس. تهانينا on your graduation and best wishes for you all. مع السلامة. Thank you.
مبارك التخرج صف خامس. All the best for your graduation. We will miss you. شكرا. مع السلامة.
مبارك صف خامس التخرج. كنتم نعم الطلبة ونعم المتعلمين. إن شاء الله ألقاكم العام القادم في انتظاركم في الثانوي لأسعد وأتشرف بتدريسكم للمرة الثانية. أنا في انتظاركم للعام القادم ومبارك عليكم التخرج.
All the best, grade 5. Take care. And
good luck, grade 5.
Grade 5, how are you all? It's been pleasure teaching all of you. So proud of you all. Take care and best.
Hi, grade 5s. Wow, you got to the end of one of the most difficult years you'll probably ever go through. Well done. You showed so much courage, resilience, and you persevered. We are all so incredibly proud of you. Thank you for all the hard work that you've put in. You have shone so bright this year. And good luck for secondary. It's such a great adventure. Bye.
Hi, grade 5. I wish you all the very, very best. In the future, I wish you health and happiness and have a lovely, lovely graduation. Take care.
Hi, grade 5. Now that you are moving to another level, be very open to changes, embrace some challenges, and most of all, have fun. It's life so wonderful. Enjoy it. Congratulations.
Hola chicos, felicidades en su graduación. All the best for next year.
Grade 5, you all did it. Congratulations on your graduation and best wishes for your next adventure, and we're also proud of you. Take care.
Hi grade 5s, congratulations on completing PYP. Big step up into MYP. Can't wait to see you all up in grade 6 next year. Well done.
Hello, grade 5. Hello. Hello, grade 5. All the best for your secondary school, and we are going to miss you all. All the best for your graduation, and well done throughout the year, and the last year also you were so good. I am going to miss you, and our art room also is going to miss you. See you all. Thank you.
Hi guys, good luck for next year, love you lots and congratulations.
Hi, I'm Shlo, your deputy head boy. How awesome it is for us to hear so many good luck wishes. Now for one more. Next we have Mr. Commons, our new boss for next year.
Hello everyone, and congratulations to grade 5. You're currently the graduating class of 2020 in these unusual times, but not long from now you'll be the graduating class of 2027. It seems a long time, 7 years, but it'll fly by. You'll complete the MYP in 2025 and then the IB diploma in 2027 before moving off to university all around the world. I've seen what you're capable of already. I've worked with some of you throughout the last year, 18 months or so, through sports leadership and various other school events. I'm really looking forward to welcoming you into the secondary school in person in September. I can't wait to see your smiling faces. Congratulations on completing the PYP, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Well done.
Hello, my name is Jeanette. Now, I'm head girl, so now I'll be presenting choir. So get ready to be amazed by their singing.
I ain't too sure what I believe in, but I believe in what I see. And when I close my eyes, I see my whole life